What is the best way to give feedback about performance or behavior? And that is specifically to look at what happened, the impact, why it matters. It's important to share the why. And what would you like to see change? Allow the questions from the other person as well. Good day, my name is Annelie Loupsham from Express Employment Professionals, and today we're talking about difficult conversations at work and how leaders can address issues early. So why do many leaders avoid difficult conversations at work? And mostly it's because we fear confrontation or there might be a possibility of damaging a really good relationship. If it might be technical or, there's a lot of operational things that you're not working on a daily basis, you might doubt your own skills. And time is also a big problem. And sometimes we hope that issues or problems will solve themselves. And what are the early signs that an issue should be addressed before it grows? Missing deadlines and a negative attitude. There's tension between team members sometimes. There's problems that other people in the office are commenting or talking about. And it's specifically at that time where you need to identify that something might be wrong and there's something that can grow. Stay neutral, stick to the facts, focus on the problem at hand, don't get distracted, don't get personal, and respect one another. And perhaps just start the meeting with, I would like to talk about X. How can we get back on track? What is the best way to give feedback about performance or behavior? And that is specifically to look at what happened, the impact, why it matters. It's important to share the why. And what would you like to see change? Allow the questions from the other person as well, because you want to make sure that it's a dialogue and it's not a lecture. So, and sometimes just to ask a question to see, help me to understand this, or can you help me to understand this specific issue? So how can leaders handle conflict between team members constructively? You will possibly have it separately from both sides, but it's important to get both parties together and have a conversation together. But then plan it as a solution-focused meeting where you want outcomes. You want a shared goal. You want each person to list their needs as well. Agree perhaps on actions that you will take, and then also boundaries for each of those persons that's attending the meeting. And then follow up is also extremely important. If you don't follow up on what was decided in that specific meeting, it can just brew to something bigger then afterwards as well. So, and making sure that the follow-ups are done and the commitments are met. What mistakes can make these conversations more difficult than they need to be? Well, when they're getting emotional, when you're delaying the conversations, not documenting what was decided on, and then also jumping to assumptions, I think is also a big one. What is one practical tip to help leaders handle difficult conversations with more confidence? Use a script. Prepare it, looking at the facts, looking at the impact, looking at the desired outcome. Take those 3 steps, work through them. It's going to help you not to get distracted. It's going to help you to focus on what the issue is and what the pain is, and listen. Yes, I think culture matters, company culture matters. And remember that all people want to improve, and rather make this conversation constructive than confrontational. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. There's a blog with more information linked in the description below.